Hollywood. That's gooey ballyhooly Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan. And any shop girl can be a top girl.
Well, hello, Hollywood, and welcome to the first Walk of Fame ceremony of 2018. I'd like to give a special shout out to our fans who are watching the live video stream, courtesy of our media partner, Variety. I'm LaRon Gubler, President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, which is presenting this program. Now today we will be dedicating the 2,625th Walk of Fame star to actress Gillian Anderson. Let me tell you a little bit about Gillian, but first let me just note that her star is only one space away from that of her friend and co-star, David Duchovny. So let's review just a few of the highlights of Gillian. Born in Chicago and raised in London and Michigan, Gillian began acting in high school productions and later in community theater. Following graduation from DePaul University, she moved to New York and began her career in the play Absent Friends at the Manhattan Theater Club. She moved to Los Angeles in 1992 and spent a year auditioning. That same year, she appeared in her first feature-length film, The Turning. And you can cheer for this. Let's show a little enthusiasm here. All right, that's a little better. She broke into mainstream television in 1993 with a guest appearance on the collegiate drama Class of '96. Okay. How many of you saw that movie? All right. She achieved, I know you saw this one, she achieved international recognition for her breakthrough role as Special Agent Dana Scully on the TV series The X-Files. Now that ran originally for 9 seasons from 1993 to 2002. She won an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards for the series. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the popular show. Season 11 just premiered on Fox last week, with the second episode airing this Wednesday at 8 p.m. So be sure and watch it. In film, Gillian has starred in, and cheer for these, the ones that are your favorites, she has starred in The Last King of Scotland, The Mighty Celt, The House of Mirth, Johnny English 2, Shadow Dancer, and Sold. Her television credits include the critically acclaimed The Fall, and the Emmy and BAFTA winning miniseries Bleak House and Great Expectations. On stage, she has been nominated for 2 Olivier Awards, one of which was for her recent portrayal of Blanche Dubois in the Young Vic Theater's production of A Streetcar Named Desire. Gillian also appeared in the hotly anticipated international return of The X-Files in 2016, and in the BBC's highly successful adaptation of War and Peace. Currently, you can cheer for that. Currently, Gillian can be seen in the Starz series American Gods. She will next be seen portraying Lady Edwina Mountbatten in Viceroy's House, which premiered at the Berlin Film Festival, as well as in Crooked House. Gillian has also wrapped production on the independent feature UFO and the action comedy The Spy Who Dumped Me. Gillian is also an author. The Sound of Seas, the 3rd novel in her science fiction Earth End Saga, was published in 2016. Okay. She co-wrote the thriller series with New York Times best-selling author Jeff Rovin. Her most recent novel is nonfiction and co-written with journalist and activist Jennifer Nadell, entitled We, a Manifesto for Women Everywhere. It made the London Sunday Times bestseller list. Now, over the past 17 years, Gillian has been strongly involved in many charity organizations, including a board member for Artists for a New South Africa, a spokesperson for Neurofibromatosis, Inc. That deserves applause just because I could say it. All right. A founding member of South African Youth Education for Sustainability, an ambassador for Survival International, and a patron of the Alanyikira Junior School in Uganda. She remains vocal about child and human trafficking, adult and child literacy, and the impact of commercial fishing on deep sea life. And so on that note, please help me welcome to the stage our honoree, Gillian Anderson. Please go ahead. Now, before you get to hear from Gillian, we have a few guest speakers. And our first speaker today is a television writer and producer who has created a number of television series, including Dead Like Me, Wonder Falls, Pushing Daisies, Hannibal, and American Gods. He also worked on Star Trek Voyager and wrote a few episodes for Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He is also the co-creator of Star Trek Discovery. Please welcome Brian Fuller to the stage.
Hello! We're standing on David Duchovny. The first word that leaps to mind when describing Gillian Anderson is aperture, that through which light travels. I am fully aware of how horribly pretentious that sounds. After all, I met Gillian because I loved the idea of her playing the only person who may be more deranged than Hannibal Lecter, his psychiatrist. I asked her to say some of the most pretentious dialogue written for network television. And that's taking into consideration 11 seasons of The X-Files. I discovered many things very quickly about Gillian. She is game. She is as game as the day is long, and she is not effing around when it comes to rising to a challenge. And she certainly isn't afraid of hard work. An example of a not too atypical day in Gillian's schedule. The exact times in this anecdote may vary, but it's more or less accurate. She wraps a 12-hour workday on Project A at 4:30 a.m., out of hair and makeup at 5:15 a.m., in the van en route to the airport by 5:30 a.m., arrive at Chicago O'Hare Airport at 6:30 a.m. for an 8:30 a.m. flight to Toronto. Land in Toronto at 10 a.m. for Project B, in the makeup chair at 11:30 a.m., on set at 1 p.m., wrap at 6 p.m., out of hair and makeup by 6:30 p.m., in the van, en route to the airport by 6:45 p.m., arriving at Toronto International Airport at 8 p.m. for an 11 p.m. red-eye flight to Ireland for Project C. I had to take a Xanax to share this anecdote. She is one of the most dedicated and focused human beings I have ever met. And that focus is not limited to her work. It extends to her friends. It extends to the causes dear to her heart, and most importantly, to her children. You knew that last part was coming. It's a hoary cliche, but it's true. When Gillian focuses on you, when her face ignites with a smile, when the aperture of her eyes fully dilate, and I'm not talking about her pupils, I'm talking about that through which light travels. It is dazzling and warm, genuine and joyous, and star-like. The only question I keep asking myself, Hollywood Walk of Fame people, is why it took so long. Is it you? Am I introducing you?
Thank you, Brian. And, you know, let me just explain how you get a star. Somebody has to nominate you. And you should have been nominated many years ago, but you were just nominated. And, of course, we said absolutely. So it is about time. We agree. Let me acknowledge the chairman of the board of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Jeff Zaranam over here. He owns the Hollywood Hotel and the future Hollywood Distillery. So our next speaker is one of the most sought-after comedians and actors in the industry. He will next be seen playing former Community co-star Chevy Chase in Netflix's Futile and Stupid Gesture opposite Will Forte. He recently wrapped the indie Assassination Nation. He was also seen last year on Fox's revival of The X-Files, where he played a conservative news anchor. He is best known for his starring role on the hit series Community, which ended its 6th season on Yahoo after 5 seasons on NBC. Please welcome Joel McHale to the stage.
All right, okay. First of all, thank you, Brian Fuller, for dressing like you're in a barbershop quartet. I hope the rehearsal goes great later. This is the best speech I will ever give in front of a falafel place. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, Gillian Anderson. Hello, friends of Gillian Anderson. And hello, passionate science fiction fans and or sweaty Hollywood Boulevard drifters. I always get you confused. X-Files fans, your queen is here. Here is your queen. Do not touch her. She will not sign stuff, okay? Especially body parts or personal diaries. Trust me, I have already asked. First, I want to thank Laurent Gubler for looking up Gillian's Wikipedia page and reading it out loud. A lot of effort there, Laurent. The part where you mentioned her in Robot Chicken was tear-jerking. I know what you're thinking. Why is Daniel Tosh honoring Gillian Anderson? It is a mystery. I first met the great Gillian in 2015 on the set of a new show called, The Fire Department. And no, it's a new show called The X-Files. Apparently there was some incarnation of the show before 2015, but I ran out of time to research that before the ceremony. Chris Carter definitely plagiarized an early series. I was so thrilled to be a part of The X-Files, so excited, in fact, that when Gillian was asked what it was like to work with me, she said in an Entertainment Weekly article, and I quote, "He never stops talking." She continued, "David and Joel talk about basketball endlessly. I have no idea what they're talking about. We are close." When I saw the images from the set of me with Gillian and David, I thought, wow. That is one of the most attractive, legendary on-screen couples on the planet, and I look like their enormous Norwegian volleyball-playing exchange student. And when I first arrived on set, I didn't know what to expect from one of the biggest stars of television of the last 25 years. All I knew was that I was ready to talk a lot. She was reserved, she was poised, she was incredibly kind and welcoming. Very loud, but incredibly welcoming. She did not have to be cool. Many people in her position with her success are jerks. I know, I've worked with a bunch of them, and I'm having a separate ceremony for those guys on a sidewalk outside of Carl's Jr. in North Hollywood after this. Gillian, your kindness to dupes like me and the way I saw you handle everyone from Chris Carter to David Duchovny to the 19-year-old production assistant standing in the Vancouver, BC cold is how it should be done. She is good. I can't stress to you enough how important being good and kind is over talent and accomplishment. When the genius Chris Carter cast Gillian and David to be in his pilot back in 93, excuse me, he created a cultural phenomenon. His casting, writing, direction, and production would be the best combination since the invention of pretzel bites filled with peanut butter. It was just that good. The show's longevity and cultural impact are unmatched. It also spawned a fan base larger and as devout as the major world religions. And Gillian, as I said, is the queen, okay? She is your queen. You would have an easier time swimming across the English Channel in January than Gillian trying to walk across the San Diego Convention Center floor during Comic-Con. We shot a scene for the new X-Files on a city street in Vancouver. It was a simple scene where my character, fan favorite Tad O'Malley, ushers Mulder and Scully into his limo. I am not joking when I say this. 10,000 people showed up to watch it. I'm not exaggerating. 10,000. And 5,000 of those people were shouting at Gillian. This is what they shouted. "Gillian, is that a wig? Why do you have a wig? Can I have the wig? Does the wig have healing properties?" This story trended on social media. It was clearly a big deal. So yes, it was a wig. Look, folks, Gillian was filming like 2 other series, as Brian said, at the same time, and her hair was a different color for that. You can't put too much dye in it, or the hair falls out. All right? Calm down. You guys are wonderful fans. Please don't stab me afterwards. When I was dating my now wife, Sarah, our ritual on Friday nights back in 1994, I'm old, was to sit on her couch and watch Fox at 9 p.m. on Friday nights. The X-Files was our favorite because it brought together our 2 tastes. My wife loved any episode where Mulder and Scully might kiss, and I love the episode Die Hand, Die Verletzt. Look it up. It's about Satan-worshiping PTA members. We watched that show for 2 years, and on that same couch, I asked my wife to marry me. She agreed and continues to agree. What I'm saying is, Gillian is solely responsible for my marriage. That's how powerful she is. A lot of actors who have successful series would have just hoped that their show would go 7 seasons, maybe 8, then syndication, then they would hope to have enough money to buy a second home in Carpinteria. But not Gillian. She was just reaching altitude and accelerating to cruising speed. A quarter of the work she had done would be an extraordinary career for any actor. A year and a half ago, I saw Gillian's Blanche Dubois in a streetcar named Desire at St. Anne's Warehouse in New York. She was spellbinding. She should have won all the Tonys. It was the best play I have ever seen. It was so amazing that I paid for my own ticket. If you ever get a chance to see Gillian on stage, drop your nerd cape, take off your Darth Vader belt and your Mork ears, and run, don't walk to the box office. What I'm saying is, Gillian is as unique as they come in so many ways. Nobody is as good of an actor. Her success is uncanny. She's a cultural icon. The X-Files, House of Mirth, Bleak House, Any Human Heart, Great Expectations, War and Peace, Hannibal, American Gods, X-Files movies. She's a Golden Globe winner, and she is the winner of the Blockbuster Video Entertainment Award in 1999. She was so amazing that Blockbuster gave her the award, then immediately declared bankruptcy because they had officially peaked. She is your queen, ladies and gentlemen. Put her name on the sidewalk and let the homeless pay homage to her. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. All right. Well, having the unenviable task to follow Joel is the council member for Hollywood. He is the leader of our revitalization efforts, doing a great job working to revitalize Hollywood. Please welcome the Honorable Mitch O'Farrell.
Thanks, Laurent. A politician should never, ever have to follow a comedian, right? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for providing these events so that fans from all over the place can come and enjoy a place to celebrate their star. In this case, the amazing Gillian Anderson. Are there any fans out there? Yes. Folks, the truth is out there. But the truth is right here. The truth is right here, and that is a profoundly talented, gifted stage actress, wonderful film and television actor, Gillian Anderson, who has given us the indelible performances, many of them mentioned today. My personal favorite has been American Gods. I love that series. Right? So, what is also wonderful when a celebrity can devote his or her life to charitable causes. That really is the best use of someone's fame and fortune, to help others less fortunate. And I think that Gillian Anderson's resume speaks to that on equal footing of her accomplishments as an artist. And that deserves an enormous round of applause. For all of the reasons you've heard today, and many more, we look forward to following your career into the future. I think we're going to see even greater things from you. I have no doubt about that at all. You are exquisite and exceptional in every way, and it gives me great pleasure to present this token of appreciation for your incredible talents on this day, the first star ceremony of 2018. Congratulations, Gillian Anderson. Yeah, we'll go this way. We'll take pictures here.
So David Duchovny could not be with us today, but he sent a message he asked us to read to Gillian today. And let me, before I read it, just mention that their stars are very close together. In fact, his star is right underneath this platform. So this is his message to you, Gillian. He says, Gillian, you said you would be next to me when you died too. Well, you were right. But this isn't death, it's a beginning. So much more to come for you. In the meantime, I hope your fans sprinkle chocolates on your star the occasional Hollywood midnight, and some kind soul builds a Jilly ramp from your star to mine. We will always be joined as partners, friends, and now neighbors. Congratulations, Gillian. Love, David. And it's time now to hear from you, Gillian, but let me just say one final word in memory of our late honorary Mayor Johnny Grant, who presided over the Walk of Fame for nearly 30 years ago and who passed away 10 years ago tomorrow. We hereby declare this Gillian Anderson Day in Hollywood.
Gillian Anderson Day. What's that going to cost? I love you too, man. Thank you to the City of Hollywood and to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for this incredible honor. And thank you to Brian and Joel and David for your kind words. I first moved to Los Angeles 25 years ago to become a film actress. But then I had the great good fortune of landing in Chris Carter's television universe in the shoes of Dana Catherine Scully. A woman who wasn't just the object of man's desire, but a strong-willed, smart, brave woman who was career-driven and fiercely independent. The combination of Chris's creation and whatever rookie, naive, terrified, determined will I brought to the table manifested a young woman yet to be depicted on TV, and as the fan response would soon prove, a desperately needed role model for women of all ages, everywhere. who it turns out were simply not seeing themselves represented. Chris, wherever you are, mudslides, I hear. Mudslides. I wouldn't be here today if you didn't fight for me to be your Scully, if you didn't fight me to stay strong and focused and fearless. You didn't just give me the opportunity to play one of the greatest characters of all time, but you helped shape the woman I am today. And for both, I am eternally grateful. Brian Fuller, another champion in my corner. From our very first phone conversation where you calmly pleaded with me to play Hannibal's psychiatrist, to throwing the gauntlet of media's multiple personalities and American gods, you have crafted characters that have stretched even my own belief of what I am capable of, and in so doing, made me a better actor. Thank you. Joel, you talk too much. You're amazing. I'm so glad I asked you to speak. Thank you so much. You made me a better listener, motherfucker. Okay. That's how we do it. On Gillian Anderson Day. The rules have changed. Thank you, David Duchovny, wherever you are, for your companionship and friendship through the years. I could not have wished for a more perfect platonic partner to spend 25 years of my life. Who'd have guessed that when we sat side by side in the hallway at Fox during that ghastly audition process, 25 years on, we'd not only still be filming, but that we'd be permanent concrete neighbors on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I never imagined I'd be honored with a star, and next to some of the greatest names in the industry, I'm incredibly humbled and grateful. Thank you to all of my dear friends who have come here today. Thank you to my old reps and my new reps. What was that? Thank you to Fox for your part in all of this, and thank you to all of the fans far and wide who have fought so hard to keep these characters alive, but also supported me in every last one of my endeavors. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this moment with me. Thank you.
So let's unveil the star. So we'd ask all of our speakers to join us at the star. So Gillian, just come with me.
Yeah. Lay down, lay down, lay down. That's it.
Can we move the roll?
Can we move the roll?
Oh boy.
He's not here tonight, yeah.
Right, Gillian. You right, Gillian?
To your left, please.
Do it like you mean it, Gillian. Do it like you mean it.
To your left, Gillian.
Gillian, to the right. To the
To your
right.
left in the corner.
Gillian, own it. It's your stuff. Own it.
Just to your left, please.
Here in the
To the
corner.
right, Gillian. To the right, please.
Julian. Julian.
Gillian.
Julian, one time on your left.
Straight ahead.
Bring the sexy back. Bring the sexy back.
How about standing on it? Did you stand? Yeah.
Gillian, to the right, please.
One more time on your left.
In the corner first, Julian.
And bring the sexy back. Just put your down here, and bring it up this way.
You're right, Miss Anderson.
A big smile, Gillian, a big smile.
One more time on your left. Smile, Gillian.
Smile, that's always smile. Let me see those pearls. Let me see the big one. Give me the Marilyn Monroe dance. Marilyn Monroe.
Julian on your left.
Gillian, one more look.
Julian on your left.
With Annabeth, Annabeth and Julian. Annabeth.
Julian.
Julian and Annabeth. Thank you. Thank you, guys. To your right, ladies. And happy smile, ladies, like you mean it. Thank you.
Straight ahead, ladies. Straight.
Are you coming?
And just work your way to the left.
To the left.
Whoever's doing interviews, please come down.